The way I became in the club was I always loved motorcycles. I would ride with my brother, I would ride with my stepdad, and before I had a Harley, I had like a Honda, and he would always clown me. But it was two wheels for me, man. Something about being on two wheels and just riding in freedom. And so I was a lawyer at this point, and my uncle Hippie, who is now the national VP of the Calaveras, this was back, 14 years ago. And so the founder came over. My uncle calls me up. He's like, "Hey, man, the president wants to talk to you. We got a lot of guys and there are a lot of rascals, and we need a lawyer." And I said, "That's good for business. Like, I'm down. I like motorcycles. I like dudes who need lawyers. Like, this is a win-win for me, man." And so I said, "I'll talk to him." And so he brings Huey to my office. And Huey's a big dude. He was a dominating dude, and I knew him for years. And it's like the way he wanted it was the way it was. And he said, "Hey, I need a lawyer. I want you to be our lawyer." I said, "I'm down." He said, come to the clubhouse, and I'm gonna introduce you to everybody." I'm like, "All right, let's go," And so I go to the clubhouse. It's on the river. There's all these dudes there, and I never really been in part of the club, like protocol. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like prospecting, hanging around. Then you make your way up, then an officer, and all the steps that it takes to run a club. And so when I get there, and he's like, "Hey, this is our lawyer. If y'all need anything, you call him." It was overwhelming because all these guys now were looking towards me for some sort of guidance. And you're talking people that are my age, people that are 50, 60, they're saying, "Hey, we need you to help us." And my uncle would said, "Hey, bro, what do you think about joining the club?" I said, "You know what, man? If I'm gonna represent y'all, I'm down." And so I said, "What I gotta do? I gotta hang around, I gotta prospect." And it's weird, man, because it's very rarely done, but our president, he said, "I'm gonna give you your patch." He said, "If you're gonna represent us, I need to make sure that everybody respects you and takes your advice."